It's our weekly conversation with JJ Starling, brought to you by our friends at RomanoCars.com. And man, JJ, tough one the other night at Pittsburgh. You guys have maybe your best start of the season, right? And then it slides away in the second half. What did you notice from what went so well at the beginning to what had changed by maybe the last 10 minutes of the game?
What we, was practicing, or what we've been doing in practice to translate into the game, staying heavy, being able to help each other out. But, down the road or down the course of the game, they were just able to punish that. And we couldn't stay doing that, so they just made us pay.
There's on-court stuff you guys could be doing better right now, but how is this affecting you guys mentally? This is not the season you guys want to be having. We all know that. How does that affect you, when you're on the court and you see it happening like it did on Tuesday? Like, does it hit you during the game? Does it bother you after? How do you handle stuff like that?
I've always been taught, try not to show emotion during the game or while anybody's around. So, it definitely affects me, I know, mentally. I know it affects other guys, too. Like, at the end of the day, we want to win. I'm a competitor. I hate losing. So, it's just building up.
Take me into the locker room, say, after the game. We had Griff on yesterday. He asked him, what's that like? He's like, yeah, it sucks. Like, that's not a fun place to be after a game like that. What is it in there with your guys after a game where you're like, man, we could have had this one?
Just silence, to be honest. Just silence and just disappointment.
JJ Starling with us, and it feels like a lot of these games, JJ, are telling the same tale, right? Like you come out, you play well for a bit, and then the other team starts figuring it out as the game goes on. Is it hard to put a finger on this year what it is? I mean, we hear Red talk about, being locked in for 40 minutes or whatever. What is it hard to really identify stuff like that when you're on the court during a game like that?
I mean, not really. It's not that we don't do our job. It's just that we have mental mistakes and timely things that just comes back and just bite us, and we can't really get over it. So when you have that many costly mistakes in crucial moments, then it's hard to win games.
I find one question that I keep getting asked a lot about it is the question of effort. And, we hear you guys talk and Red talk. It's not that, right? Like, you can make mistakes with still playing with a lot of effort, right? It's a different situation.
Yeah, it's not effort. And I don't know. I take pride, and my teammates take pride in what we do and how we've been practicing. So the fact that people are questioning our effort, I feel like that's just a little disrespectful to us. But yeah, it's not effort. I mean, you can play hard and still make mistakes, like you said. So.
We got JJ Starling with us. Our weekly visit brought to you by RomanoCars.com. No game this weekend, JJ. It's the really the only time all conference season. What do you do at a time like this? Mental break? What is a physical break? What does a few days off do for you here?
Yeah, it's both. At the end of the day, we're still in the gym. We're still working. We still have a little extra days off, so I'm sure we're gonna do something as a team just to get away from basketball and spend some time together.
Who organizes something like that? You as the leader of the team? Who puts together an outing or an event or whatever for the team?
Yeah, it'll probably be me, but I know a couple other guys, they help figure out some stuff to do, stuff like that.
All right. Any early ideas, JJ? What the plans could be here for the weekend?
Maybe an arcade or something like that.
Okay. There you go.
Laser tag.
A laser tag? Okay. Is there still one of those in the mall? I've lost track of that.
Yeah.
What about stuff like that is good for you guys? I mean, we know you guys know each other, you get along, the whole thing. What about that at this point of the season can just, perk you guys back up for the last 4 games here?
I feel like it'll just help us, find happiness and, a moment where we can feel like giving up, just being out away from basketball with your teammates. It could help bring about, new emotions, new connections, bonds, all that. So who knows? Maybe that will, be the turning point.
You know, talking to Coach Griff yesterday, we were talking about the idea that, especially for the transfers in this year, the guys that, like, this is their only year here at Syracuse, right? Like, their eligibility is up. That, like, all of this matters, right? It's not like you can pass off, oh, well, this season didn't go right. We'll get it right next year. That's not how you guys approach it, right? How do you guys handle this where it's like, hey, we still got to go out and try to dig these games out down the stretch?
Yeah, like you said, it was just playing every game like it's your last. And it's just a matter of time of whether or not we want to turn stuff around and just expand our season a little bit longer.
And, hey, we know how it goes. We know what the standings say right now. We know about the rules of the ACC tournament this year. It makes next game against NC State, like, hugely important, right, for who's going to get to go down to Charlotte for the tournament this year. Is that something you guys think you'll talk about before the game, knowing the importance, or is that something you try to put to the side this week?
No, we're just going to go out and try to win a game.
All right, that'll be coming up next Wednesday in the Dome against NC State. All right, JJ, appreciate the time as always. Enjoy the weekend off, and we'll see you out there next week, and we'll talk again next Thursday, okay?
All right, sounds good. Thank you.